The Auditor-General report, however, found that it wasn't all doom and gloom, and that there was a gradual improvement overall because preventive control and consequence management had been introduced. But the AG found that compliance with legislation hasn't improved, which includes material misstatements, violations of supply chain management legislation, unauthorized, irregular, fruitless and wasteful expenditure, and poor revenue management.
I think it's a worrying trend which has very, very dire implications for the communities and the people who live in those municipalities. Recall that or the local government is the delivery arm of government. If there's poor performance there, it means then there'll be poor performance in the government. And when people judge the performance of government, they look at what is happening where they stay.
The report noted that 11 municipalities were in a concerning financial position, some for consecutive years. One is the struggling Msunduzi local municipality in the capital Pietermaritzburg. The mismanagement of electricity is one of its failures that has a negative impact not only on communities but also on the business sector.
Long outages and quality of supply issues means failing equipment in factories, it means sending people home, it means loss of production, it means loss of orders because you can't meet them, loss of customers. So the knock-on effect is massive. The same applies to issues around water and around sanitation.
The eThekwini Metro, with a budget of more than 67 billion rand, retained last year's outcome of an unqualified audit opinion with material findings. The report noted that its failure to meet its targets of providing water, low-cost housing and electricity led to many service delivery protests. The Metro was also the single largest contributor of irregular expenditure for non-compliance of supply chain management legislation, which amounted to 6 billion rand for the entire province. The Metro also accounted for half of the water losses in the province due to aging infrastructure, with 4 billion rand incurred. Regular sewage spills that have caused critical levels of E. coli in ocean water, posing significant harm to the public, was an example of non-compliance with legislation listed as a material irregularity. Meanwhile, the Umzinyathi district municipality in northern KwaZulu-Natal, which runs towns such as Dundee, Ngutu, Vryheid and Msinga, is the worst-run municipality in the province. Its adverse audit report for the second year running means that its financial statements are unreliable and cannot be used for oversight or decision-making. Analysts and the business sector say there is an urgent need for consequence management and accountability.
The issue that has been raised by the Auditor-General over and over again is the lack of capacity in municipalities. If you have a proper CFO, a qualified CFO, maybe, and the municipal manager, with the right staff in the office of the CFO, it's not possible that you will not be able to do correct financials. But the lack of capacity is important in these municipalities. And also there is poor consequence management, because some of the municipalities have never got any better audit than they got this year. So it means that there are no consequences for poor performance.
We need to right-size local government. Long the days of having bloated councils and members of staff that are not necessary, those days are gone. We need now to be employing only the critical staff needed to deliver the basic services municipalities should be delivering.
And there's been success in municipalities where such measures were implemented. The AG found that the 4 municipalities that received clean audits had good ethical discipline and governance, effective leadership, internal controls and stability in key positions. Renee Heine, SABC News, Durban.